struggling with the combined total of the two asks in the fall bump because it's over half of the money that we can allocate. So I'm interested in whether the Bureau can find that funding in their existing budget.
And as Andrew Scott pointed out, we'll have that discussion because I share your concerns with the fall bump.
Okay, I guess I'm not clear because I read the financial and budgetary impacts, but we're not making that commitment today.
The action for council today is just creation of the classification.
Okay.
Yeah, the budget decisions will be in the bump and the 2018-19 budget process.
Thank you very much. Before I call for public testimony, I'd like just to make a comment, and that is that I know coming into City Hall, as all of my colleagues do, how very important it is to have somebody who's second in command, who you can absolutely trust, who you know you can work well with them, and who is the person who's got your back. So I support this position. Also, I remind everybody that when Chief Marshman became chief, he demoted all of the assistant chiefs. So I've heard it said, and that was not popular inside the Bureau or outside the Bureau. I've heard suggestions or read suggestions from community members saying, well, just give this person that Chief Outlaw wants one of the assistant chief positions. Those positions are currently full, so it would mean demoting somebody, and Chief Outlaw really hasn't had the opportunity to get to know the strengths and weaknesses of all of her assistant chiefs. So for these reasons, I'm leaning towards supporting this. I look forward to some public testimony.
May I, and I thank my colleague for her comments. In 3 different bureaus that I've had a leadership role, parks and the city's utilities, we have created deputy director positions for a variety of reasons. Number one, there was too much of a burden placed on the director, and there needed to be someone that he or she could delegate core functions. Number two, we have a problem in the city with succession planning. We don't do a very good job of thinking about what happens if there's a vacancy. And so the deputy director positions became leadership opportunities for people to get some on the ground training, and then hopefully at some point be poised to compete fairly for an opening. And in fact, in all 3 bureaus, the deputy director today is a woman, highly qualified woman, who competed for the job, who is being essentially trained to look at some point be eligible for other leadership positions within the city. So for good management reasons and workload, leadership development, and other reasons, we have found creating the deputy director position in all 3 bureaus incredibly effective.
Commissioner, may I add one comment to that? I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said, Commissioner Fish. I think the other advantage, and we've seen this in other bureaus, when you have a clear deputy director, is who's in charge and what authority they have when the leader of the bureau is not present for whatever reason. And that is immensely helpful, and of course in a bureau like the Police Bureau, is probably even more important than some of the other bureaus, but so that bureaus know, citizens know, council knows, when the director is not there, you have a deputy director or assistant director that has full authority to function as the leader of the bureau is hugely important.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for being here. We're going to go to public testimony. I want to start by thanking everybody for making your feelings about this known without interrupting for the most part, and I'm very grateful for that. So we didn't have a sign up because it was on consent. Would anybody like to testify on 1155?
Yes.
Then please come on forward.
Star Stopper here. I'm against it, and let me tell you why. Outlaw has demonstrated that she has no control over the Portland Police, and if she does, then she supports Sergeant Nia in his predatory behavior against a member of our community who is both mentally and physically disabled. And we prey on this young individual who is also houseless to be an informant, and has put this person at great risk in the community, both with the police and the rest of the community, and has ripped their community away from them. If this is the kind of stuff that Outlaw supports, if this is the kind of leadership that she represents, she needs to get out. We don't want her here either. And I certainly don't trust any judgment she may or may not have on any deputy chiefs when we have a police department that is running around preying on young people at the age of 19 and manipulating them and having improper conversation of which there is proof through text messages and otherwise being released to the public. She supports this? Who's going to be the new deputy? Sergeant Nia? Or is it going to be Sergeant Hall? Maybe Marchman or Kruger, the Nazi cop. I mean, how do we decide who the new deputy chief is going to be? And $300,000. That's a lot of money. How about some investment in de-escalation? How about some investment in sensitivity training? How about teaching cops that being almost 40 years old and flirting with a child through text messages and making them feel important and manipulating them is not okay? How about we tell the cops in the back that drawing your gun before attempting any other tactic of de-escalation is improper and it's murder? But no, we should elevate more in the community. We should send a message to the Portland police that they can just do whatever they want to whoever they want, whenever they want, however they want, and that we're just going to keep giving them money. If they want to talk about budget, let's talk about de-escalation. Why don't they pull some of the money from their $4 million budget request for practice ammunition and utilize that for this Nazi deputy chief? I don't care who Outlaw is or where she comes from. She is an enemy to this community. She is dangerous and they are all out of control. How many children have to die? How many children are going to be manipulated? What's this person supposed to do now that, the Portland police have so irresponsibly handled her life and put everything, including her housing, in jeopardy? What's she supposed to do? What are they supposed to do now, this person? Now that the police are done with them and wash their hands. I am so disgusted with this city and its worship of these Nazi disgusting cops. Shame on every single cop.
Good morning. For the record, my name is Joe Walls. I represent Individuals for Justice. And we take no money from the city. None. Just want to lay that out. Be nice if the nonprofits would make that statement. There are three things I will present. The first was brought out by Patty, and she suggested that you're going to waste $250,000 to $500,000 because you know almost nothing about this police chief. Just got here. So what's the rush? I thought that was a pretty good question. The second question came from Bruce. And he asked, is this a buffer between the new police chief and the mayor? Is that what this is all about? Because if you look at the documentation you submitted, it is the mayor who's going to make this selection. It's amazing that he's not here. I don't know where he is. It's amazing that he's not here to answer that question. Are you the buffer? Or is this person you're hiring for $250,000 a buffer? Like they do in the mafia? They have lots of buffers. The third question comes from me. You have 3 assistant chiefs, and now you want another one. The first thing that this new chief did was put hoods on protesters. That's why you see us putting hoods on us as a demonstration of our anger over that. And we ask each and every one of you to make a statement, and you said nothing. We are against this. Not so much that if the chief wants to bring in someone that she can work with outside, that's kind of interesting. But we don't think that's going to happen. We think you're going to select the person. We think the mayor is going to select the person. And I don't think the chief's going to have a damn thing to say about it. We ask you guys for transparency. And what you give us is closed doors over and over and over again. I mean, it gets to the point where it's almost comical, where we are discussing police items and we have police here with their guns. Is that not intimidation? If I brought in all of my friends and they had pitchforks, wouldn't you get a little nervous talking about the protest? Keep the cops out of here with their guns. Tell them to come in cities. How hard is that?
Thank you. My name is Mimi Gurman, and I thought about this for a little while. The new chief was hired because supposedly she could do the job. She wasn't hired because she could do the job and then a few days in, a few weeks in, tell the city that she can't do the job unless she has this, that, or the other thing. So I don't know why that is. I don't know why we're even listening to her requests, and she wasn't hired on that basis, at least as far as the city knows. The flip side to that is, if it is so untenable for her to do her job with the police force that exists in Portland, we should know that. We should know, what is it that you know that we don't know, except activists, because we all know this, in the corruption of our police force, that you need a buffer between whoever it is, you and the cops. And why should there be a buffer between she and the cops, first of all? But clearly she needs one. That's a really disturbing issue. Chloe, do not laugh at me. It's amazing that you're in here. I know that you're in here. I know that you're in here because
You don't know what
you
I'm
have.
laughing at. You should keep
Yes.
going.
Chloe, continue. Go ahead. Let's make this about you. I'd like more time, please, on my 3 minutes. Can I get some more time? No, Amanda?
Let's keep going on what you're trying to do.
What I'm trying to do is express that this is what our police force does. Does she need more help in getting more people to do this to the people of Portland? People don't understand this. People were hooded at a protest, blocking ICE from picking up people who they should never be picking up with the help of the police. Chloe, you decided that this was okay because some protesters said that this is okay. This is not okay. This is not okay. The chief is not okay. The mayor unraveling his undying love for our police force is not okay. Killing our kids on the street is not okay. Terrorizing activists is not okay. Chloe, silencing activists is not okay. Chloe, walking out during testimony of activists at this table most of the time when you can, because Ted is usually here, is not okay. I don't know why you feel such privilege, but clearly the cops feel it too, the mayor feels it too, the police feel it too, which is why they do not de-escalate. They have no need to de-escalate. They get more money every single few months that they come in here and say, I'm sorry, we need more money for target, for bullets, for live ammo, for target practice. How disgusting of all of you to even listen to her desire to have another go-between, another buffer between the truth and the people. I want the truth. I want a statement as to why she needs that. What the hell is wrong with the police force that she needs a buffer zone?
Thank you.
Where's the new police chief? Why is she not here?
By the way,
Outsider,
you keep getting
else-
messages from your constituents, Chloe, about why it is you feel like you can walk out. You might want to try answering those messages. I'm not your little messenger.
Yeah, right here.
If you'd like to testify, come on now, please. And then I'll split
I want you to think about something. Okay, my name is Robert West. I'm with Film the Police 911. And I want you to think about something. And that is, we have a problem with the police. Okay, they're corrupt. They're not doing their job. And you guys want to hire more cops. You want to bring in more administrative people. I suspect from Oakland, of course. Yeah. Which has a problem with their police force also. If the police chief cannot do her job and she needs someone else, then you need to find another police chief. I can't go to the Safeway and get a job and say, well, hey, I can't do my job unless I have someone else here to help me do it, I'd lose my job. The city should not be a place for officers to be able to come here and say, well, I can't do my job without another officer. Okay? There's times out there when only one officer responds. Okay? There's times, and it just baffles me that you guys that we're even discussing about bringing in another person. And I read in the paper today that they want 85 new police officers.